Open the pod door, please. I just fucked up that line. Open the pod bay doors, please, Hal. Hal, come on. Just because I beat you in chess last week. Okay, sorry. I just thought it's weird how the lighting works in this thing because of the reflections and all that off the phone. Okay, it kind of looked like that scene, from 2001: A Space Odyssey. Uh, okay. I hadn't realized that the Pope had died until I started getting all these headline videos and all that popping up on the YouTube channel. And like I said, I'm not a big religious guy. I never have been. But I don't harp on people for being so. Sometimes in life, you got to have faith in something, because if anything, the world is good at throwing you a lot of curveballs. And of course, I had somebody comment over on the channel, going back to Doctor Who, that, yeah, basically Q, all the people are going to say overnight ratings are meaningless and refuse to accept the fact that RTD's return has been a steaming pile of shit. And I'm like, you know why RTD returned, right? Because of fans just like you. Because nothing they're ever going to do is going to be good enough to satisfy, the ever, basically every fan these days seems like Gordon Ramsay at the local county cook-off. I'm not kidding. It's uh they have these, well, not all fans. You have that one particular part of the bleachers, the peanut gallery, that nothing that ever gets put on screen is ever going to be good enough anymore. And what they're using as proof is the ratings dipped below 2 million on the overnights. And by the way, if you take that into context, which they don't, Doctor Who is still the fourth watch program on the day with less than 2 million viewers. Now it's called The BBC is Being Deserted, folks, for streaming. Also, you got to remember the program was available to watch how many hours before it was put up on the BBC? Exactly. Thank you, Saeed. No one wants to run this show because nothing you ever do is going to be good enough. You're going to be attacked by the fandom. You're going to be threatened with physical violence. And people are like, are you crazy? I'm like, no, go look at what they were threatening Moffat's family with. Yeah, he was getting death threats for him and his family for a TV show. Chibnall, they wanted to string Chibnall up, but now I see a lot of people who used to be harping on Chibnall are now praising him, which I find ironic. It's like, where were you when the show aired? No, you're probably sitting over there in the peanut gallery bitching. Ugh. But what can you do? No baldness hit the top of my head. There's nothing up there for the tornado to hit. Literally. All right. But I love the fact that, yeah, everybody has suddenly become this armchair expert. It's like, guys, Doctor Who is still like fourth most watched program in some cases when it was getting like 3 or 4 times more viewers than it is now. It's called Everybody is Deserting Terrestrial Television. They're leaving it in the past where it will soon fade into history. Okay, like I said, a lot of weirdness going on planet Earth, we lost the Pope, which I said doesn't affect me any because I'm not a religious guy. But the thing that's making me die laughing is that big fat trip into space where we sent a bunch of overprivileged rich. You're gonna hate me. It's gonna sound misogynistic, but I gotta say it. Overprivileged rich bitches into space who suddenly declared themselves astronauts. I'm like, well, we basically replicated the flight of Alan Shepard. Blah blah. No, you didn't. Not by a long shot. Did you have instrument panels sitting in front of you? No. Did you flick any switches? No. Were you in pressure suit? No. Was there a chance that if you screwed up re-entry by so much as a hair of a dog's head that you were going to smash into the planet or burn up in the atmosphere? No. Ugh. I was going to get evil. I was going to call them, really, I could find you. Then I officially W Astro Sluts. I'm not kidding. When I watched the footage, you've got 4 minutes, and I don't even think they broke the carbon line. I got to check because I don't even think they got above Armstrong's line, did they? Which is about 69,000 feet. And there's Katy Perry holding a frickin' daisy, staring into the camera like she's the most celestial effing thing on planet Earth. And I'm like, you're getting old, Katie. Face it. It's almost over. And I don't mean to be evil and mean, but I mainly talk about Doctor Who. I also talk about other things in life. We don't have a particular topic of conversation. You thought I froze up, didn't you? Okay, but it's just weird to me. So basically, yeah, you shilled out a bunch of money, and we waste, this guy wasted how much money on a space mission that might have done something productive. Ugh. I'm not for anybody. Thank you. Are you for Trump? They always ask that question. I'm like, doesn't matter. Call me a conspiracy theorist. Call me what you like. Let's just tell the truth. This country was taken over a long time ago. Your government that you go out and you elect people for, they're nothing but a bunch of muppets and puppets, and the president's your middleman for the business interests that actually run this country. Even George Carlin saw that years ago. I know, I did once say, look, why don't we volunteer the Kardashian family to take that one-way trip to Mars? But then again, I start thinking of the damage we would inflict on Mars. Well, the thing is, shit. Sorry, I got a little thing on the wrong pipe here. The thing is, I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you I know what's going on as far as this week's episode goes, because I've been staying offline quite a bit. Because I just don't like what I'm seeing online anymore. So, I just watched an instance where 2 young kids under a tent, one kid stabs the other in the chest, kills that kid, but now it's self-defense, even though the one kid was unarmed. That's what I see in the world today. And the one kid who did the stabbing gets its bail reduced, gets out on bail. He's now, and all they got to do is convince 2 or 3 juror members that this bullshit story of oppression, that he's going to walk away on a mistrial and probably still be free for years. That depresses me. Somebody still killed somebody. I don't care what color of your skin it is. And one person was unarmed, and the other one obviously had a sharp weapon. Ugh. That's what worries me. And people wonder why. I hope when Apophis comes, it comes swift and quick and gets rid of us Homo sapiens sapiens. Yes, I'm in a bummer mood, but what do you expect? It's another Tuesday that feels like Monday. I know, I hate to be a downer, but That's what sucks about it. See, because it doesn't hurt me any because we got to work this Saturday again. So it's going to be a 5-day week with one day off. And then, so it still feels like Monday to me. Hang on a second. I hate it when my phone does weird shit when I'm online because I don't know if it disconnected or if it's trying to send me a message. RTD didn't give you the call for Lux. Huh? Well, Lux was okay. Like I said, I want to rewatch it again. We're going to do the Omega Files this Friday, which is going to suck because I have to work the following morning. But so I don't like doing podcasts, especially on nights, where I have to work the following day. But I want to get it done, and then Saturday I can collapse. The fan scene, to me, like I said, I'm still not convinced. There's a big conspiracy theory now that that's actually the gods of Ragnarok. But I enjoyed that meme, though. But it would be interesting to find out, yeah, that is true. Like I said, I've been staying away from the synopses as much as I can. Someone just brought that up a minute ago. Because, like I said, I want to go into these blind. Because now I have the opportunity to do that. Whereas previous years I didn't. But yeah, there's rumors this is a sequel to Midnight. I'd die laughing if it turns around and it's not. But we'll find out one way or the other. Yeah, it was a chuckle scene, I'll give you that. I don't know. I'm just a little bit weirded out on the ending of that episode, so I'm just hoping the one fan theory does not turn out to be true, and that is we're going to find out this whole season took place in a TV show. Because I'm like, oh my God, that's a bigger cop-out than Lost. Hang on, I gotta let some steam out of the car here. Here we go. I'm gonna get back in my car and people are gonna think I'm smoking the marijuana. I know, it's kind of scary how life is weirder than the reality these days. The flood for episode 3. I don't know. The one rumor was she's going to turn out to be the Ronnie, but it's like, okay, I'll believe that when I actually see it with my own eyes, okay? Because they're saying Ronnie, rain, flood, blah blah blah, but I'm like, yeah, but then you could also use the same argument for River Song. Like I said, I hope Mrs. Flood doesn't turn out just to be, some really bad gimmick type thing. Like I said, I'm leaving my mind wide open for, what this character is going to turn out to be. That's another thing I've heard, Fish. Yeah, that I keep forgetting they're referred to sometimes as the flood. Forgive me on that one. That it could be a Waters of Mars sequel. I've heard that one also. Like I said, I've been keeping offline a lot lately because, for one, like I said, I want to be surprised this time around. Plus, like I said, getting info out of Bad Wolf's impossible, so I might as well enjoy the ride. You know? I'm not going to claim to have some hidden, oracle of knowledge that's telling me anything you guys don't know right now, because the floodgates closed when they moved to Bad Wolf. So that's why I'm really skeptical about all these Reddit leaks and all that have really been coming out lately, because I want to know where they're getting that from. Well, folks, like I said, it's a weird day. It's Tuesday. Feels like a Monday because I had Monday off. But, we'll get through it. I'm going to head on inside now, so please be kind, be calm, be safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you all on the flip side. Take care, everyone. And we will survive this week somehow. Take care, everybody.